So, welcome Dr. Claire Harris. I'd like to introduce our history students who have been researching for the Deep History Coast, and they're going to ask you some questions. And from this, they're aiming to plan a film around some of the information you give and their own research. Emily and Kia will ask you the question.
So, what is the significance of these finds?
So North Norfolk's Deep History Coast is the 22-mile stretch of coastline between Weybourne and Cartgap. And that stretch of coastline has revealed some spectacular finds that can tell us about the deep history of the country we now call Britain. We've got Haysborough with the oldest site for people visiting Britain. We've got West Runton with the oldest and largest fossilised mammoth skeleton ever found in the UK. Almost 1 million years of history recorded in one stretch of coastland, and along that trail we've got different points where people can stop off and engage with the deep past.
So, are there any other plans to search any other areas of the coast?
So I think the finds along the Deep History Coast give us a great glimpse into what life was like in the past in what we now call Britain. So we've got, if we think about the footprints, we can reconstruct probably a family group that was walking along the edge of the estuary. From the size of the footprints, we can show that there were adults in that group, probably both males and females. The finds that we have got from the coast are often revealed by storms. They're revealed by the erosion of the cliffs. So a lot of what we find is found by members of the public. It's found outside of formal excavations or formal investigations. So people out every day collecting fossils and artefacts bring more to our knowledge of the Deep History Coast. It's, for everybody locally who knows about it, if we can talk about it, if you can share the research that's been happening, if people can share their enthusiasm, share their finds. So we recently published an article about hunting for fossils on the coast, and we published that in British Archaeology, so a bit of a different audience there. So I think there's lots of different ways. There's also the website, there's getting it out in social media, and there's creating things like videos and just all different ways of sharing. People engage with the coast in different artistic ways. They engage with it by writing about it, either stories, poems, or creating artwork. So I think this is one of the really lovely things, that there's an opportunity to engage in many different ways, which means there's an opportunity to share the information in many different ways.
History being such a big thing, you could have any bit of it. It would be very controversial to listen to all the different bits of history.
I think focusing on something quite local, more people, it might interest more people than if you went and asked people.
Like going to Haysborough, seeing the footprints, and
Probably,
West Runton, seeing.
Yeah, they'd probably find it more interesting than something.
You could do a short documentary or a poem, maybe.
Yeah, I think that would interest quite a lot of people. I think you'd have to match certain shots up. You get people to come in and do parts of it.
Yeah, ask just ordinary people on the street, because they might not know what it's about.
Yeah, you get some outside perspective, I suppose.